Manuel,
Yeah.
I love the piece. Can you talk to me about your process for these? Because I have every artist comes in and they immediately they look here and they want to know how those were accomplished, and then they look here and they see the uh, the pieces of fabric and zipper in this case built into the piece, as well as just this tremendous texture that's on there. So and then the obfuscation of the face. So talk to me a little bit about both your process and the whys of some of your choices.
Okay. So when I started my good morning, when I started my practice, I basically use palette knife to paint. And
Yeah,
so I did a series with my palette knife painting that I call The Colors of Emotional Struggle. But then with time, I kept evolving that it got to a point many people will see my piece and they'll say, oh, it reminds me of maybe Jackson Pollock and stuff like that because I have other painting techniques using that this thing. So basically, my focus is to use acrylics and gloss to create my art. So what I do is I would start painting with acrylics and then finish it up with gloss. So for this piece, it is titled Cold Street Warm Soul. So I think the focus of the piece is talking about how we are in a world where everything just happens. And then people are more self centered. Many people are just thinking about what they can achieve for themselves. And then the media keeps talking about it. That's why there is a kind of news like background behind the painting. So after doing it, the symbolism of the hoodie is to show that, okay, the street is cold, but we are trying to always be ourselves internally. So it's a cold street where people may not care about your business, people may not care about what you do for a living, or people may not be willing to help you or give you some sort of assistance. But within you, you're positive that things would always work out. That even though the environment doesn't support me, even though the environment doesn't do anything positive for me, I would not let the environment define me. So that is one. Then when it comes to my technique, I call my painting style semblance realism. So for most of my piece, it means that I'm trying to show you something, and at the same time, I want to hide some of those details from you because I believe that one of the beautiful things about being an artist is to have pieces that could strike conversations. It should be pieces that when people see it, you have your own perspective about it. I have my own perspective about it. And then maybe I may not be seeing something at the moment when I was creating that art piece. And then I listen to you talk about the piece from your own perspective. And I feel like, oh, I've learned something from your own view of the painting. So it's most times when people ask me to talk about my piece, I'm always very focused on how does it make you feel first, because if I tell you how it makes me feel when I'm creating it, it means that I'm just sharing my own story, but I want to hear what connects you to that piece and what makes the piece significant to you, because that story that you will tell me of, okay, when I was looking at the piece, I was moved by maybe the fabric, the zip, or maybe the textures of the palette on the hoodie, or the scribblings on the face, which was done with gloss. I think when you tell me your story of what connects you to the piece, it gives me a deeper understanding of my journey too. And this was part of my series that I've also been working on that is talking about the trends of identity. So it's not just about paintings, it's not just about the environment, it's also about how identity shifts over time. That with as humans, we continue to evolve. And that's just what I was trying to do when I created the story and the idea behind the painting.
Well, all of your pieces are very engaging. They seem to be all looking back, or in this case, a little bit looking past. past me as the viewer. Your other pieces seem to be staring into my soul. So they're just wonderful. Thank you so much for joining in.